Welcome to another RSR. Tonight we are reacting to the group stage and predicting the knockout stage of the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. La reacción de la fase de grupos y predicción de la fase eliminar de la Mundial de Clubes de la FIFA. We are here. The group stages are over for both tournaments. Of course, the Gold Cup, we're still waiting for the knockouts to begin of the CONCACAF Gold Cup. They will start before or during the Club World Cup. Well, I guess after, because time zones. But either way, we will be live. 4 games during the round of 16. And we will keep pushing, of course. And the Gold Cup, of course. We got a lot to do. Still more busy than I thought. We'll start with each group. I'll tell you how I did. Advanced elimination and correct positions. And tell you how that totals out. And then we'll make the predictions for the knockout stage with the actual knockout bracket. So, starting with Group A. How'd that turn out? 4th place, Al-Hilal. 3rd place, FC Porto. 2nd place, Inter Miami CF. And Palmeiras up top, 1st place. First of all, Group A, 2 out of 4 correct advanced eliminations. I had Porto getting eliminated. I called that early. I told you they were a clown show. I absolutely called it. They did advance or get eliminated. Had Palmeiras getting advanced. They did. They moved on. I had them 2nd place instead of 1st, but they did advance. 0 out of 4 correct positions, though. I had Porto finishing 4th, Miami 3rd, Al-Hilal 1st, and then Palmeiras 2nd. But in the end, I still got the correct idea slightly. Yeah, Porto getting eliminated. I'm still going to step and say, I told you so, even if it is 3rd place instead of 4th. I told you they were a clown show. Didn't realize Al-Hilal would be so bad, but they were, comparatively. That Al-Hilal Porto game was crazy, though. And when Miami drew Al-Hilal, I knew something was up. I'm not saying Miami sucks, but I didn't think they'd play so well against Al-Hilal. I knew something was up there. And then they beat Porto, which I wasn't surprised about. I actually thought that was their easiest game of the group stage, was the Porto game. And they beat Porto. And I'm like, okay, fair enough. That makes sense. Palmeiras, they almost beat Palmeiras. They should have topped the group if they didn't blow it late. But I'm very impressed with Miami. They played very well. I'm very impressed with them. I'm glad to be wrong to a certain extent on that. Palmeiras, I knew they'd go through. I said 2nd place because I thought Al-Hilal was the best team in the group. I was wrong. There are no African teams in the knockout stage of this tournament, which is just nuts. There is 1 Asian team, 2 CONCACAF teams, 4 Brazilian teams for CONMEBOL. Of course, your UEFA stalwarts. No African teams, and that's crazy. No Oceanian teams, but nobody gave Auckland a chance anyway. Either way, Group A, about what I expected. Not too bad. Group B, 1st place or 4th place, Seattle Sounders FC. Oh, I called that. No surprise, it was the group of death. They fought hard. That's the surprising part, is they fought very, very hard. They should have got more, but it was the group of death. They probably should have drew Botafogo, if not beat them. But there's only 90 minutes. So, there you go. 3rd place, Atletico Madrid. That was shocking. Botafogo did better. 2nd place, Botafogo. They lost to Atletico and still finished 2nd because they beat PSG. PSG, 1st place with 6 points. Unexpectedly so. I would have thought 9 points. But in the end, advanced elimination, 2 out of 4. Had PSG finishing 1st. They did that. I was wrong about Botafogo. Had them getting eliminated 3rd place. It's Atletico advancing 2nd place. Those did not happen. Flipped them over. Seattle Sounders finishing 4th. I had that. There was no question that was going to happen. They put on a good performance, but they were still going to finish 4th. So 2 out of 4 advanced elimination and correct position the same. 2 out of 4 with PSG 1st and Seattle 4th. The middle 2, flip them. But Group B, pretty much as expected, except for the Botafogo good run, pretty much. Them having a good run. and PSG not having 9 points. But other than that, I mean, yeah, a little bit of a shock, the middle of the pack there. But, I mean, PSG still won the group. I guess the shocking part was they lost to Botafogo, truly. Group C, 4th place, Auckland City. Duh. I mean, at least they drew Boca, though, you know, so good for them. 3rd place, Boca Juniors. I said they would get eliminated. They did. They did. 2nd place, Bayern Munich. That is shocking, but they still advanced. Then Benfica, 1st place. Shocking, especially after that first game against Boca, but Group C was a bit crazy, I gotta say. Group C, even though I got 4 out of 4 advanced eliminations right, I had both Auckland and Boca getting eliminated, Benfica, Bayern going through before the tournament. I was 2 out of 4 correct positions because I thought Bayern would win the group. After 10-0, you think, well, I made the predictions before that, but you would think, yeah, sure. Yeah, they're going to top this group. Benfica don't have a shot in hell of beating them, and they're a European team. Boca, they got their problems, as you saw. But Benfica, that Boca game, I thought that it wasn't pretty. And then they drew that. They beat Auckland, of course, and they took a while to score on them. Still won 6-0, but it took a while to score on them. And then they beat Bayern. Crazy. But Benfica Bayern advance, I still called that. I gotta say, kind of shocking how it went down, but I got the teams through that did go through. But again, only the bottom 2, the eliminated teams, did I have in the actual correct position. Group D. Now this was crazy. 4th place, LAFC. You deserve it. I thought they'd finish 3rd, but they lose to Tunis and finish 4th. And also can't hold a win against Flamengo. And I think if they won that game, they would have finished... No, they would still finish 3rd because Tunis had the head-to-head. But either way, a little bit better look if you win that game, though, yeah? There you go. 3rd place, ES Tunis. They beat LAFC. Lost to Flamengo and Chelsea. 2nd place, Chelsea. They beat the 2 MLS African team, of course. They lost to the CONMEBOL team. Flamengo absolutely ran their show. Chelsea deserved to lose that game. At least they got through 2nd place and somehow got an easier bracket than you would have expected by chalk. So I guess it's not as bad as you would have said. I guess. I'll take it. I guess. 1st place, Flamengo. 1st place, they deserved it. I can't believe they drew to LAFC after beating Chelsea. That's nuts. I get rotation. I get you already had 1st place. You knew that. But come on. Come on. That LAFC? Okay. For Group D, advancement elimination, I had 4 out of 4. I had Flamengo and Chelsea advancing, Tunis, LAFC getting eliminated, but you flipped the spots. I was 0 for 4 on correct position. I had Chelsea 1st, Flamengo 2nd, Tunis 4th, LAFC 3rd. So I got their position wrong by 1, but still good enough to get them all right on the way they'd be situated throughout this tournament. Crazy, right? But it's something where Chelsea, I mean, they deserve to lose. I'm not so mad about it. They deserve to lose. So there you go. Group E. Group E. 4th place, Urawa Red Diamonds. Not surprised. 3rd place, River Plate. I did say they were going to get eliminated by Monterrey. Monterrey would finish above them, and it happened. 2nd place, Rayados, CF Monterrey. 1st place, Inter Milan. Of course, right? Of course they were finishing 1st. So, overall, Group E, 4 out of 4 advanced elimination, 4 out of 4 correct positions. Everything completely correct there from me. I mean, it was pretty obvious to parse that out. Now, you could say you're a biased CONCACAF guy. You cover this confederation. Of course you put Monterrey over River. Well, they drew them, 1. 2nd of all, CONCACAF, Liga MX, as a league, it's the inverse of the Argentinian league and federation. The Argentinian Federation and national team is amazing. The league's got its problems. Inverse that, Liga MX, amazing league. Amazing league to watch, amazing stars, good quality. The FMF, the Mexican national team, El Tri, is a joke. Because they focus more on how can we make the money from both El Tri and the league. So there you go. So it's absolutely kind of like an allegory. The national team for Mexico sucks, but their league is amazing. Even if MLS is catching up. Argentina's national team is world champions. Their league, financial problems. Even the Goliaths, well, they've gotten relegated before. Ask River. But, yeah, I pissed somebody off there, didn't I? I pissed somebody off there, didn't I? But just ask them, right? But even now, the Goliaths are not unbeatable. Brazil is absolutely flying past Argentina. And Mexico, arguably, league-wise, you could say they have as well. So, I'm not surprised at all. 4 out of 4. 4 out of 4 right there. Group F. Group F. 4th place. 3rd place, actually. Oh, 4th place is Ulsan Hyundai. 3rd place, Mamelodi Sundowns. 2nd place, Fluminense. 1st place, Borussia Dortmund. Now, for me, in my opinion, I'm not surprised Ulsan went 4th, even though I only had 2 out of 4 correct positions out of Group F. Of course, the 2 teams advancing, I got that completely correct. So 4 out of 4 advanced elimination of the teams of their status. 2 out of 4 correct position. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. Borussia Dortmund 1st place, Fluminense 2nd place. Yeah. Mamelodi Sundowns, they were probably the surprise of the tournament that didn't move on. Miami was probably one of the surprises of the tournament who did move on. But Sundowns, they played well. Like, they played very well. Like, it sucks they got eliminated. Sort of like Seattle, but to a larger extent, you know? They played well. Ulsan just, no. I thought the K-League was better. So, Mamelodi Sundowns did impress me. Seems to me Toronto bought the wrong guy from there. Yeah. Okay, well, Cassius Maulula did score for Wydad on match day 3, but, you know. Seems like Mamelodi has better players than him. Okay. Just Toronto's luck, right? Group G. Group G. 4th place, Wydad. Speaking of them, 4th place. 3rd place, Al-Ain. 2nd place, Juventus. 1st place, Man City. 4 out of 4 advanced eliminations. 2 out of 4 correct positions. The top 2 I had completely correct. Wydad I had 3rd going in. Al-Ain 4th. Because Al-Ain beat Wydad, they got 3rd place because both teams got their shit rocked by Juve and Man City, as you would have expected. Especially Man City. Juve, not so much. But when Juve played real competition, they got their shit rocked themselves by Man City. Igor Tudor is not a good manager. Juve still has a horrible squad. Allegri ruined that damn team and killed it. And they got a lot of work to do and get a new manager. But there you go. Group H, finally. 4th place, Pachuca. I am very disappointed in Pachuca. Let me tell you that right now. 3rd place, Red Bull Salzburg. 2nd place, Al-Hilal. 1st place, Real Madrid. So, 2 out of 4 advanced eliminations. I had Real Madrid finishing 1st. I had Salzburg getting eliminated. 4th place. Al-Hilal 3rd. I had Pachuca 2nd going in, as I thought Pachuca would still outperform their level. Turns out Jimmy Lozano's a fraud. 1 out of 4 correct positions, that would just be Real Madrid. So, Salzburg being eliminated, I was correct about, but they gave a good fight. They gave a good fight. They're not Max Verstappen fight, but it was more of a, well, I wouldn't say Yuki Tsunoda fight, because, well, he sucks. But, yeah, I know, another Formula 1 joke. Can't wait to go live for a Grand Prix on Sunday, because why not? I decided, yes, I will go live for the Grand Prix before the Miami game. I'll still be able to do the Miami game, just basically right after it. I think there'll be an hour in between, but either way. I would say more Alex Albon fight. Yeah, that makes more sense. Because he fought and then got fired anyway. So, yeah, we'll go with that. But either way, we'll go with that. But either way, Real Madrid, they did what they were supposed to do except draw to Al-Hilal. Al-Hilal got second place. Probably what we should have really expected, but I had hope for Pachuca. And no, they didn't beat Salzburg, who I thought that was their easiest opponent. They didn't beat Al-Hilal because by the time they played them, didn't matter at all anyway. They didn't even want to be there. Al-Hilal second place, which I guess is not surprising, but there you go. So total off the groups, 26 out of 32 advanced eliminations, which is pretty good. 13 out of 32 on correct positions, which is way worse. Now, let's move on to the round, the elimination, knockout round predictions. We'll go from left to this side of the bracket, then we'll get back there for each round. So we'll start with Palmeiras and Botafogo. Palmeiras versus Botafogo, a Brazilian Clásico in the round of 16. Some people are complaining about it. I like it. For me, I got Palmeiras advancing because I think Palmeiras has the better squad, better quality squad of the two. I think Botafogo, they got rid of their best players from the Libertadores run. They're trying to find a way to win instead of feeling like they're going to win. It's a wonder they did what they did, but I think the Cinderella story for them ends here. I think Palmeiras knows them very well. I think Palmeiras will find a way to break them down, and their Cinderella story, I think partially because they played teams they didn't know, will end here. Palmeiras to the quarterfinals. Next up, Benfica versus Chelsea. The rematch of the 2013 UEFA Europa League final that Chelsea won. And I say again, Chelsea will win over Benfica because Benfica is still nowhere near as good as Flamengo. I'm not worried about playing Benfica. Playing PSG would have sucked. Playing Bayern probably would have sucked. But seeing Benfica beat them, maybe Chelsea would have had a chance, but we'll never know. Well, we are in the Champions League, so we may know later. But right now, I think Benfica, they're lucky to be where they are, winning the group. I think Chelsea, if you want to call it an upset, they upset them. Chelsea to the quarterfinals. We have Inter Milan versus Fluminense. I have Inter Milan winning this game. Fluminense, again, they're one of the more dubious Brazilian squads of this tournament. I think Fluminense getting an easier group helped them win and get out of the group. I wouldn't say win the group, but get out of the group. I think it helped them. And I think my pre-tournament prediction stays the same for that game because I had that game happening before the tournament even started. It stays the same. Fluminense, you're gone. Man City versus Al-Hilal. Man City. They're on fire right now. Man City are back. You want to think they were done? Nah, they're back. Man City are back. The Man City that we all hate, the Man City we afraid of, they're back. Now, I mean, they played 3 of the 4 games against teams that should be get their shit rocked by Man City. But, you know, they still rocked Juventus' shit. So, every game they played was a shit rocking. So, yeah, Man City's back because Rodri's back. What do you know? And they still have Marmouche and Holland. They have Cherokee. They have Ait Nouri. They still have a questionable goalkeeper. But other than that, I mean, it's Man City. So, there you go. On the other side of the bracket, PSG, Inter, Miami. No, I'm not going there. I'm wearing a Miami jersey. I'm not going there. PSG wins. Am I crazy? No. Am I going to cover it? Yeah. If it happens, if Miami wins, sure, that's amazing. Oh, that's going to be watched. That review's going to be watched from here to Timbuktu. It's not happening. I hate to tell you, it's not happening. Messi might score a goal. I say he does. 3-1 PSG. There you go. Miami is no Botafogo. But then again, who expected that? So, who knows? Maybe Miami takes some, what's the word? Pointers from that game film. They won't, though. Flamengo versus Bayern Munich. I have Flamengo. Speaking of, we'll never know if Chelsea would beat them. I have Flamengo beating Bayern Munich, because if Benfica could beat Bayern Munich, and I will say that Boca game was a bit closer than you would have expected, I'm going to say Flamengo could do it. I'm going to say they could beat Bayern. I'm calling it, damn it. Flamengo. Their Cinderella story, I'd say they're still the best Brazilian team of the four that advanced. Flamengo will advance. The story continues to the quarterfinals. The other side, the bottom side of that round of 16 bracket, Borussia Dortmund versus Monterrey. Another upset for a German club. I'm going Monterrey. Monterrey will beat Borussia Dortmund because I think they will. That Borussia team is absolutely weak. Monterrey drew Inter Milan. And they drew they beat Urawa. They drew two teams they were supposed to draw, or, well, hell, lose to, but two teams that were better than them, they drew. They beat the team that was equal or lower to them. That's exactly what you have to do. Monterrey knows how to beat a team, and they drew two teams that, I don't know if River's better than Dortmund, but they're about there. They're about there. And, of course, they drew a team that was better and probably should have beat them. And honestly, they probably should have beat River as well. I think Monterrey, they could beat Dortmund, and I think they will beat Dortmund. So, there you go. Finally, Real Madrid versus Juventus. Real Madrid. How can you tell me after a Man City shit-kicking, do you really think Juve is going to beat Real Madrid? Real Madrid's starting to click under Xabi Alonso. It's starting to happen. Starting to happen. Of course, it's not exactly Xabi's system, but it's starting to click. I think it continues. Real Madrid. Quarterfinals, Palmeiras versus Chelsea. Chelsea beats Palmeiras. They want revenge against a Brazilian club. Palmeiras is not as good as Flamengo. Chelsea, I think they're going to really want to win this game. And Palmeiras won't know what hit them. By the way, a Club World Cup final rematch, by the way, from the time Chelsea won it, 2022, the 2022 final, because it was in 2022. That little time of where it played in February was weird. Either way, the 2022 FIFA Club World Cup final rematch, and Chelsea wins again. They move on. Inter Milan versus Man City. Man City wins. They are. They just are. I mean, it's that simple. I mean, they're going to absolutely stomp them out. Kivu is not a good manager. This is the same team who got body smacked and stomped out by PSG. And Man City's looking about that good again. Yeah, Man City's winning. They move on to the semifinals. PSG versus Flamengo. PSG wins this game. They will not lose to another Brazilian club. Speaking of revenge, even though this one's better than the one they already lost to, I think PSG, they got to prove that they are the best team in the world. They can't just step up and be like, hey, well, you know what? It didn't work out. It's fine. No. They're going to win this game. It's kind of like Chelsea, similar mentality. I still think PSG is the favorite. I still think they should win this game, and I think they're going to come out and say, yeah, of course we're going to win this game. It ain't going to happen again. And if lightning strikes twice, well, I hope nobody got hit by it. Finally, Monterrey versus Real Madrid. This is where the plot armor dies for Monterrey, because Real Madrid, again, it's starting to click. And Monterrey is just not good enough to beat Real Madrid. Will they do better at Pachuca? Probably, because they will. But Real Madrid beats Monterrey to the semifinals. So, it now looks normal. All European semifinals. Hey, at least the dream was good when it was going on, wasn't it? Hopefully I'm right about at least it gets to the quarters, right? I would hope so. Chelsea versus Man City. Speaking of rematches, the 2021 Champions League final rematch. Now, this time, it goes the opposite way of Chelsea. Man City is going to absolutely cook Chelsea. I am not believing that Chelsea wins that game. I'm not. If they do, and they do play it, I'll be live for it, and I will be celebrating if they do somehow beat Man City, but it's not gonna happen. No, it's not happening. Thomas Tuchel was still the manager, I'd be like, okay, maybe. It's not. It's Enzo Maresca. They're not winning. So, one of the rematches does not go Chelsea's way. They get eliminated. Which is Final Four is pretty good. Which Final Four is pretty good for them. Even before the tournament. Did I expect that? No, I did not. So, you know what? Fair play, fair play, fair play. Top 4 best team in the world, fair play. Let's see if it happens, but still. Semifinal 2, PSG versus Real Madrid. I say PSG still wins. It's going to be one of their tighter matches. They actually win, but they win it. PSG beats Madrid. They're better than them right now. Not as much of a gulf between Chelsea and Man City, but they're better. So the final is Man City versus PSG. 2 of the last 3 European champions facing off in the final, with that Real Madrid year skipped over, of course, because of course, the 2023 UEFA champion versus the 2025 UEFA champion. Man City versus PSG, and I still think PSG wins. I still think they win the game. It's going to be a little bit closer than I expected going in. 3-2 PSG. They get a late winner from Douay, and PSG wins the Club World Cup. That's where we go with it. PSG will win the FIFA Club World Cup. PSG will win the FIFA Club World Cup. So we're going to stick with it. We had a Man City PSG final before the tournament started. We still have it here. And I still think PSG wins, but by 1 goal less, or a goal closer than it was in my first prediction. So PSG will still be the Club World Champions in my book for this first big Club World Cup. But what'd you think? With that being said, if you liked this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you tomorrow for a live watch along. 2 lives and 1 review. We'll be live for the Chelsea versus Benfica game. Then we will be live and reviewing for Toronto FC versus Portland Timbers. So that's 2. Then Sunday, oh, it's going to be crazy. Sunday, all this stuff will be up. I'll just tell you about the next 2 days. Then Monday, Tuesday will come up later. Because why not? Sunday, yes, I will be live for the Austrian Grand Prix live stream watch-along reaction. I want to do it, and it looks like most people want it. So, at the time of this coming up and the streams coming up, we'll be live for it. Also, we will be live for Miami versus PSG, live RSR. Then, 3 o'clock, Canada versus Guatemala, live RSR. Then, we have the USA versus Costa Rica, live. And let's remember about those Gold Cup games, tied after 90, straight to penalties. So, that's good. With that being said, Sunday gonna be busy. Saturday's a little bit better, but Sunday gonna be busy. But I'll see you for the next 2 days. We got a lot to do. Of course, Monday, Tuesday, we got stuff. But why not just fill out the weekend, then we'll get the rest as we go. With that being said, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you.